Welcome back to another family game night session. The family that games together stays together. Tonight we are going to make a character for the Cypher System's Predation. And Predation is a setting for Monte Cook Cypher System. The book just came out by Shanna Germain. We did not purchase the book, we purchased the PDF. So I will be referencing off of a laptop or an iPad. Sterfry has been wanting to play this game since I first told him about it, and we've been playing a lot of No Thank You Evil to kind of teach him the Cypher System rules at a basic level so that we can play Predation. So today we're going to go ahead and make a character. Now a Predation character, like any Cypher System character, comes down to a basic sentence. It's the name is an adjective, noun, who verbs. So Sterfry, do you have a name picked out for your character yet?
Yeah.
And what's the name?
Greg.
Greg? G-R-E-G?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Greg is an adjective, noun, who verbs. And we're going to do the noun first, which is the type. And there are 4 basic types in Predation. There are Karns, which are the ultimate warriors. They're the ones that you're most likely to see running straight into a T-Rex's maw, taking on multiple raptors, protecting their friends from attacks. There are Techs, which are the scientists and experimenters. Their weapons are knowledge and technology. They're the ones building machines for fight or flight, conducting research on time travel, etc. The Pteryx are explorers and wanderers. At home in the jungle or in the city, they can track, trap, train, and trick almost anything. They move among both dinosaurs and humans with ease, and often have special relationships with other living creatures. Then there's Osteons, are the storytellers, historians, tricksters, performers, and soothsayers. They are able to connect to the power of the time anomalies to play with time and sensory details, and connect to the power of personality to talk to almost anyone. So we talked about this a little bit earlier today, and I've given you a chance to kind of think it over, and you were leaning towards the Pteryx, the explorers. Is that still what you want to do?
Yeah.
So Pteryx is spelled, and you'll put this where it says type, is P-T-E-R-Y-X.
Wait, P-T-E-R-Y-X?
Y-X, yep. And I'm going to give you the iPad here, so you can kind of reference some of these things as we talk to them. But basically, we're going to start with your stat pool. So in No Thank You Evil, it was tough, speed, or tough, fast, and smart. And this is going to be might, speed, and intellect. So you're going to begin, and I had you use a pencil because it's going to change. You have a 10 might, you have a 9 speed, and a 9 intellect. And now you get 6 additional points to divide among your stat pools however you wish.
Can I do that right now?
Yes, go ahead.
So do I just erase the number and rewrite it?
Yep, and put whatever you think it should be.
I want to add...
And when you come up with your final total, you could maybe write it right down here, like after pool, because this will change up here, but that way you'll know what your maximum level is for right now.
Okay, well I'm going to add 2 to speed, so I'll be at 11.
Okay.
I'm going to add 2 to intellect, so I'll also be at 11.
So just 2 to all of them?
Oh, yeah, I almost wrote 2. That would be fun.
Yeah, don't change it from a 9 to a 2.
11, and then I'm going to add 2 to here, make it a 12.
So you'll go from 10, 9, 9 to 12, 11, 11?
Yeah.
So it's a pretty well-rounded character, I would say. Okay, so now we have to, we can come up with your background. You can roll a 20-sided die, or you can choose. Why don't we just roll a die and we'll kind of see what the game comes up for us.
Can I kind of alter it?
Sure. Go ahead and roll it, and it'll just give you an example of what your background could be.
19.
A 19. So 19 says you once walked through a time anomaly, and you're certain that you saw a glimpse of the future, but every time you try to describe it, you can't seem to do so. And so that's something, just kind of keep that in mind if you want to use that one. And we can also look after we're done here, and you can flesh out the background. But mostly we want to get the stats and all of that stuff set up today. Okay?
Okay.
So the Pteryx is constructed primarily from the Explorer type described in the Cypher System rulebook. And I do have the Cypher System rulebook. I'm going to open that up and find the Explorer, because we're going to have to use that in order to come up with a lot of your other stats. So here in the Cypher System rulebook, we've got your effort is going to be 1. So right here it says effort, and your tier will be 1. You have a might edge of 1. So down here where it says edge, put a 1.
All of them?
Well, no. So and then speed edge of 0 and intellect edge of 0 as well. And then you can bear 2 ciphers at a time. So over here on ciphers, down at the bottom where it says limit, you can put a 2. Perfect. And now, let's see.
Will your equipment change throughout the game?
Of course. Yep, you may find new stuff or lose stuff, things like that.
Lose news or lose stuff. That doesn't sound fun.
Yeah, hopefully not, but you never know. So the Explorer has ability choices and things that you can choose from. We're going to do like special abilities and things. We're going to write down a few things. So you are practiced with light and medium weapons. So maybe write that down up there.
So
practiced with light and medium weapons. And if you end up using a heavy weapon, you have to increase the difficulty by 1 step.
medium.
Medium weapons. And
Just
then,
one. Okay.
so we're going to shop for equipment in just a minute, but before you write anything down, you're going to get some clothing and a weapon of your choice, plus 2 expensive items, 2 moderately priced items, and up to 4 inexpensive items. But we'll do that at the end.
Okay.
Now, for special abilities, you can choose. Well, you get a special one, so it'll be under here. You have the Discover Dinosaurs ability. You get that one for free. And then you get to choose 3 more from this list. This is from the Predation book, page 27. So there's like block, danger sense, endurance, extra edge. So you kind of lamented that your edge, you only had 1 edge in might, so you could take extra edge if you want.
Okay. How many do I get to choose?
You get 3 more.
Okay. Well, I want to do the extra edge, so on my edge.
So that'll be under, well, just write it down under special abilities, and then I'll look in the book and kind of explain what that does. Extra edge means you have a might edge of 1 and a speed edge of 1. So you'll add a speed edge to your pool.
Edge?
Yep.
Okay.
So you can change your speed edge from 0 to 1.
Okay, so I changed it, by the way.
So another good one is danger sense. It costs you a speed point every time you use it, but you're able to reduce the difficulty of your initiative roll.
I think I want the stealth skills.
You could do practiced with all weapons, then you could use a heavy weapon.
Ooh, that sounds fun. But I think I want to do the stealth skills.
Okay.
It's at the bottom.
Yeah, so you can put stealth skills. I'm going to have to look that up in here. It's a flavor.
And probably the practice with all weapons.
Yeah.
And that'll be my 3.
Okay. Let me look up flavor here. So why don't you write those down while I'm looking them up?
So let me see. I got the practice with all weapons. Yeah. Okay, and then my sneak.
Your stealth skills.
Yeah. Okay.
So the stealth skills, you're trained in your choice of 2 of the following skills, and you'll write the skills down over here. So you can choose 2 of these: disguise, deception, lockpicking, pickpocketing, seeing through a deception, sleight of hand, or just general stealth.
I want stealth and pickpocketing.
So you're going to write those down: stealth and pickpocketing.
Okay.
And then you're going to put, there's a box that says T, S, and I.
Mm-hmm.
T means you're trained, so put a check mark in those boxes.
Okay.
And S would mean specialized, but you're not specialized. I means you have an inability in that that certain stat. So let's go back to the Predation book and see if we've missed anything here. Let's see.
I'm excited to pick my helper.
Your companion?
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Alright. So that's at your next tier, so that will be good. Okay, so now that we have chosen your type, we need to choose the next part, which is going to be your the adjective.
Okay.
So let me
I know what I want to do.
let me just pull that up. Do you have one in mind? There's a bunch in here to choose from.
No.
This is the descriptor, they call it. So how do you see Greg? Is there a certain way that you see him being?
He has survival skills.
Okay, so that may be more of like his
Type.
focus, like his what he does.
Okay. Then
Let me just, I'll read you off a bunch of different ones. So there's appealing, brash, calm, charming, clever, clumsy, craven, which is like a coward, creative, cruel, dishonorable, doomed, driven, empathic, exiled, fast, foolish, graceful, guarded, hardy, hideous, honorable, impulsive, inquisitive, intelligent, jovial, kind, learned, lucky, mad, mechanical, mysterious, mystical, naive, noble, perceptive, resilient, rugged, sharp-eyed, skeptical, spiritual, stealthy, strong, strong-willed, swift, tongue-tied, tough, vengeful, virtuous, wealthy, or weird. Do any of those sound good?
calm
So you like calm?
or cruel.
No, there's a few new ones in Predation. There is, let's see, there's daring, empirical, savage, slick, volcanic.
Volcanic.
Yeah.
What?
So volcanic means most of the time people would describe you as quiet and calm, strong and steady, but in truth you're just biding your time, waiting for the perfect moment to take action.
Okay.
So which of all those descriptors sound best?
Calm.
You think calm?
Mhm.
Okay, so yep, you'll put Greg as a calm Pteryx. So calm means you have spent a lot of your life in sedentary pursuits, books, hobbies, rather than really active ones. You're well versed in lots of intellectual pursuits. You're not weak or feeble, but you get you can add 2 to your intellect pool. You're trained in 4 non-physical skills of your choice. So this isn't really one that a fighter might have if you think you're going to be getting into a lot of battles.
Okay. How about volcanic?
Do you want volcanic?
Sure.
Or do you want, like, I think I know what you were thinking by calm. Might be like strong-willed, or maybe guarded.
I think I'm gonna go with volcanic.
Volcanic. Okay, so you add. Oh yeah, put volcanic. You'll add 2 to your speed pool, so your speed goes from 11 to 13. And now under maybe under special abilities and stuff, you're going to put once per day. You can take an action to meditate and clear your mind, and you can make a recovery roll on your next action. This doesn't count against your existing recovery rolls. So this allows you to heal up points from your pool. So once per day, you can meditate
and heal
and make a recovery roll. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you have another one called Sleeping Giant. This is a pretty cool one. So let me read it to you first, and then we'll figure out how to write it down. So when you forego your action once in combat, you deal 5 additional points of damage on your next attack if it's successful. If you forego your action twice in a row in combat, you deal 8 additional points of damage on your next attack. This can be used only once per combat encounter. So it's like, you know, in a video game how like sometimes you can charge your attack and you let it go and it's like a better attack. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like doing that. So you would basically on your turn, if it was your turn to attack, you would say, okay, I'm going to activate Sleeping Giant, and then you wouldn't attack. And then on your next turn, you could attack and do 5 additional points of damage. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So maybe you wrote down Sleeping Giant. Maybe write down...
Skip a turn and then add 5 points of damage?
Yeah, so it's an action. So skip action, add 5 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay. Now here's a negative thing. It's an inability. So you're not always the quickest on your feet, but that's only because you're taking in all the possible angles. You have an inability on all initiative actions. So down there under pickpocket, you're going to write initiative. Do you know how to spell that?
Yeah. So under what?
Under your skill. So under pickpocket, you're going to write initiative.
Okay, so initiative.
Yep. And that's going to be an inability.
So do I write in? So do I check the inability on pickpocket?
No. On initiative.
Okay.
So that doesn't help you if you are like if you need to roll initiative. That's not going to help you. But you make up for it by having higher speed and things like that. Okay.
Okay.
Now the big one is going to be the focus. So the focus is the verb, and there are a lot of different ones that you can choose from. I believe there is a list. Yeah, so if you want to, let me see the iPad and I'll show you the list. It's on page, looks like 40 here. These are some of the verbs you can choose from. So there are like builds robots, carries a quiver, like if you think you're going to have a bow, controls gravity, defends the weak, doesn't do much, like if Greg was lazy, explores dark places, explores deep waters, fuses flesh and steel, hunts non-humans, lives in the wilderness, looks for trouble, things like that, predates. So yeah, you can look through there and see if there's anything that you like, and then we'll read up on it.
Self-evolves.
Want me to tell you what self-evolves is? Mm-hmm. Through the magic of bioengineering, lab-grown organs, and cybernetic additives, you have become something far better than human, something smarter, faster, and more adaptable.
Yeah, I'll take that one.
Okay, so it'll be Greg is a volcanic pteryx who self-evolves.
Okay.
So normally you would pick a connection to one of the other player characters, but since we're just making this under your
abilities or
equipment, you have a toolkit that helps you to keep your You're kind of a cyborg. Keep your non-organic parts in good working shape.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could put down maybe under special abilities. Sometimes when you roll the dice, if you roll a 19, it can do a minor effect, and a 20 is a major effect. You don't have to write this down, but it's to consider. A suggestion for a minor effect is that your attack is so well placed that it dazes your opponent. A major effect is that human foes are surprised by your unique abilities. Your foe is so stunned that they turn and try to run. So those are pretty cool. Alright, so you get some enhancements. At Tier 1, you gain +3 to one pool of your choice. Might.
Put that.
Well, you'll just add 3 to one of those pools. Might, speed, or intellect.
I'm going to add it to intellect. So that'll be...
Well, that'll be your highest. Now remember, might is kind of your hit points.
Okay, then I'll add it to this.
Speed is like your defense.
I'll do 15 might.
So 15 might?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. Another one is self-healing. You can keep your
okay, I'll add that
your
down.
body parts.
So self...
Well, it would be under probably special abilities, self-healing. What it means is that once per day, you can take a rest as an action and repair your upgraded body parts. And you restore 1d6 points to the pool that you chose in Enhancements. So it'll add 1d6 points to your might. Up to your original limit. You can't go over your
15.
Your 15. And it doesn't count against your rests. So put down under self-healing that you'll roll 1d6 and add to might.
Oops, abs.
And add to might, and doesn't count as resting.
Okay.
Okay? Alright. So before we do your equipment, we're going to skip ahead to your companion. So go ahead and take the next page. Well, in here. I'm only going to use half of this, so let me just fold this in half. There's enough room on here for 2 companions.
Oh, I want 2 companions.
Well, you can really only have 1. So, do you know, we've kind of talked about what you want to do for your companion, so do you have a name for your companion?
David.
David?
Okay.
Okay. And now down there it has interaction level.
Mm-hmm.
So that is like what you have to roll to be able to interact with it. And since you're tier 1, the difficulty level is 3. So you're going to put a 3 there. Okay. And now we have to pick what you want. And you talked about, remind me again what it was?
Dimorphodon.
Oh yeah, which is like, it'd be, is it like an ornithomimus?
What's an ornithomimus?
I don't know. You know more about dinosaurs than I do.
I've never heard of that dinosaur.
Alright, is it like a bird type dinosaur?
Yeah, it's like a little bird that sits on your shoulder.
Yeah, so it'd probably be like this. Well, since these are unable to fly, hang on. That's probably a pterosaur. That'd be closer.
It flies and it can bite.
Yeah, it'd be a
It has
pterosaur.
giant teeth.
So you can put down.
Dimorphodon.
Yeah. So.
In disposition?
No.
Or category?
Yeah, category. Put Dimorphodon.
Okay.
Okay, and the health is 8. The armor is 0. Under skills, it's trained in flying, gliding, and diving.
Okay, and then I do a check mark.
For trained, yep.
Okay.
Okay, and in combat, it does 2 points of damage with its diving attack.
So where do I put that?
Maybe under like abilities.
2 points of damage for an attack.
Yeah, do like combat, or just do 2 damage for a diving attack. Now you can choose an ability And then every time you reach a new tier, you choose an additional.
On my companion?
Yeah. So an ability that it can have is Flight Not Fight, Masterful Attack, Bird's Eye, Look at Me, Puncture, Ranged Attack, Swift Healer, Temporal Hunter.
Swift Healer.
Swift Healer?
Yeah.
So Swift Healer, your companion has a natural or enhanced ability to heal, gaining 1 additional point of health on each of your recovery rolls. So you're gonna, under abilities, you're gonna write Swift Healer.
Okay. Okay.
And so it gains 1 extra point of health on your recovery rolls. So that'll help your companion to be okay. To heal up. That's what I was looking for. Okay, we have to come up with your disposition, and that's up by your title where it says David is a blank Dimorphodon. There's clever, curious, clumsy, flashy, intimidating, sociable, vigilant, or timid.
Wait, intimidating? Will that intimidate me or other people?
That means that your companion can set people on edge. Maybe they show teeth, maybe they roar, maybe it's something else.
I want to do that one.
Okay, so it's intimidating.
Okay.
So then under skills, you're going to put down, sorry, not skills, abilities. So when your companion is in close range, you gain an asset to intimidation and other fear-based interactions.
Close range.
Intimidation.
Intimidation.
And just put like down equals asset.
Okay.
So that means if you're making an intimidation roll, an asset lets you, you know how like you can try harder and no thank you evil, it lets you lower the roll by 1 just because your Dimorphodon is intimidating. So to an intimidating companion, the phrase be nice just means to lower their growl to a slightly lower volume. They've been known to disrupt a conversation by scaring the crap out of one or more participants, to startle a herd of nearby creatures, or start posturing at a flag flapping in the wind. Intimidating companions are likely to charge, roar, bellow, bluster, encroach, approach, and show off. So your Dimorphodon may end up causing you some grief, but he's going to give you some nice benefits as well.
I'm going to get him like a little cage or something.
Well, I mean, all the dinosaurs will have negatives with the positives, so just think of ways that you can kind of roleplay that. So, okay, so we need to choose your equipment. So we're going to, let me see the iPad if you would, please. I'll turn you to the right page.
I know exactly what I want for equipment.
What's that?
I want a sniper rifle. If I could. If not, I have something else in mind.
Well, you're probably not going to start out with something like that.
Okay. A crossbow?
Well, maybe. Yeah, you could probably get one. So let me go back to the page. So here's the page with armor. Let me go back to the thing on here where it says what equipment that you get. Okay, so here's the equipment list. I'll have you look at that. I'm going to tell you kind of what you can get. So you don't start out with armor, you start out with clothing, but you get a weapon of your choice. So why don't you scan to the next page. It'll have weapons. Now you normally are only good with light and medium weapons, but you took the ability to be good with all weapons. So you can choose a weapon. I mean, no like rocket launchers or something. You are a tier 1 character, but you mentioned maybe a crossbow or something?
Mm-hmm.
So is there a weapon in there that you like?
I'm looking. Ooh, a laser gun. What about a laser crossbow?
Sure. So under equipment, you're going to write that.
Okay.
Okay, and then you're going to get 2 expensive items, 2 moderately priced items, and up to 4 inexpensive. So go to the next page. So you get 2 of the expensive items.
Okay.
2 of the moderately, and up to 4 of the inexpensive ones.
Okay.
So I will just let you kind of look through that and see what you find.
Do I get a very expensive or just expensive?
You get expensive, not very expensive.
Exorbitant. How would a fingerprint smart lock?
So yeah, you could lock something up that only you could get into it.
Well, I want to lock up my crossbow so only I could use it. Oh, I could get another dinosaur so I could buy a dinosaur.
Well, but that's up to the game master, and I'm going to say you already have one, and we don't want to make it too complex in the beginning. And you are just starting out.
Okay.
So a med kit might be nice to help you heal.
Yeah.
A disguise kit might help you to, like if you're hiding in the jungle or something, or if you want to disguise yourself in town.
I'll do a disguise kit.
Okay. Like a canoe or a kayak, or there's a hanging tent that hangs off the ground for safety.
I'll get the fingerprint thing.
Fingerprint smart lock? Okay.
Okay, then 2 of them.
2 of them, yeah, moderately. The Adventurer's Pack's probably not a bad idea. That's got rope, it's got rations, a hammer, boots, torches.
Maybe.
Things like that might be helpful.
A dinosaur bag. Dinosaur
Or like
bag.
a portable solar light might be nice if you go in a cave. You've been able to charge it.
A stun gun. Or maybe I'll do the portable light.
Okay.
And then one more. The Adventurer's Pack.
And then from the top list, a lot of it is just kind of incidental stuff, but there's like a water pouch or things like that.
I get 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
How about a pry bar, a water bottle,
Okay, go ahead
a
and write them down.
light, and a rope.
Okay, go ahead and write them down.
Okay, so rope, pry bar, and water bottle. I'm done.
Okay, so now you get 2 ciphers, and I'm going to just have you roll on the cipher tables. So you need to roll the 6-sided die. You got a 3, so that's going to put you on cipher list B. Now I need to have you roll a 10-sided die. You want to grab a die out of the bag there. That's a 12.
Yeah, that's 12. Just a second. Wait.
Yep. So go ahead and roll that 10-sided die.
4.
4 is a growth hormone. So under cipher, in the first line, write growth hormone. And then I'm going to have you roll the 6-sided and the 10-sided again to see what your second cipher is.
5.
So cipher list C.
And 6.
That's a 9.
Oh, is it?
Or 90, yeah.
A 90.
Is a Syrinx. So that one's pretty cool. It lets you change your voice to make like animal calls and stuff.
Okay.
So Syrinx is S-Y-R-I-N-X.
So, S-Y-R.
I-N-X.
I-N-X. Okay.
So let me tell you what they do. You got a growth hormone. Roll a 6-sided dice. 6. Okay, so it is after growth hormone. Write level 6. Yeah, I needed you to leave a little space before you wrote. So, well, okay, you got to write more than just that. So maybe erase the Syrinx. So what growth hormone does, it causes a non-human living creature to grow to its full size and mature age within 24 hours. You must touch the creature to activate the cipher. So you could touch like a baby dinosaur, and within 24 hours it'll grow to its full size. Okay, then the Syrinx or Syrinx, roll a 6-sided dice. 4. So it's level 4. This alters your voice box, allowing you to mimic the songs, coos, roars, snuffles, and other sounds of any creature you hear while the cipher is active. And it lasts for 1 hour. So that will act like an asset if you are trying to interact with even your companion or other creatures.
Okay.
Okay? So that is about it. You've got pretty much everything we need to put on
attacks?
there. Oh, so yeah, you're going to put down your weapon, your laser crossbow on there. Isn't that what you got, laser crossbow?
Yeah.
Something like that. And that was a, what was it? Is that a medium?
It was a medium, I think.
So there's heavy crossbow. Oh no, so yeah, laser. So you could get a heavy crossbow. That's the laser crossbow will do 4 points of damage. The heavy crossbow will do 6, but it's two-handed.
I'll stick with my crossbow.
With laser crossbow, so that does 4 points of damage.
Okay, and what's the mod?
You don't have any modifiers on there. Like sometimes you get abilities or things that'll give it a boost, so it'll do 4 damage.
Okay.
Sound good?
Uh-huh.
Perfect. All right. Well, I think that's your character. So why don't you tell me a little bit about Greg? If you were to, someone says, "What's your character?" What would you say about him?
He is Volcanic Pteryx who self-evolves.
Okay. So what does that mean? Self-evolves.
He's a cyborg.
Yeah. He's got like metallic parts and things. And what is he really good at?
He's good at exploring things, sneaking around.
And what's his companion?
David.
And David perches on his shoulder? Like a little flying dino?
Yes.
Awesome.
I need to write David. Because it says companion.
Oh, perfect. So you excited to run Greg through an adventure? Sweet. We'll have to see if we can get one done soon. So I think we're going to go ahead and sign out and just add the finishing touches on here. We'll be all set. So thanks again for another family game night, for making a character for Sterfry. This here is going to be, I almost called him David, but it's Greg, the Volcanic Pteryx who self-evolves.
Bye.